Hello, Ignorant. This is your boy, The Green Talent, coming at you with a video that I'm still quite disappointed on. But right now, I'm on my tablet and I'm watching the remaining of the games. And what I'm seeing here now, if you can hear in the background, you can hear the noise in the background, letting you know that I'm still watching the football game, but I'm reading on my tablet. And the Eagles are up 44-6 against the Detroit Lions, a team that is pretty bad all around. But I got some things to say, and the reason why I'm not happy about the football game. So I'm looking at some commentary now, so let's see what we got to say right quick.
Some corrections, but this was not us. Coaching and players wasn't good enough. Let's focus on or refocus on getting better for next week. And if I'm Nick Sirianni, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be much more aggressive with my team because it's all about consistency. We can be happy about this, but we don't want to sit here and talk about how good we are and read the press clippings. We're going to learn from this, get the corrections, and then win some more games.
You heard what he just said right now about learn. You know, let's not be happy about this. Let's learn for what we've done today, what we would have done earlier in the weeks, 5 or 7 games, 5 of 8 games ago. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to be 8-3. I'm sorry, 3-5. I mean, 8 games been played. So this is something that they got to look at and concentrate on. But hold on, just a few minutes. That's where they should have been. The beginning of the season with their win against the Falcons, which I'm going to speak about later on in the video. The Eagles are bringing pressure defensively, something they should have done all season long.
That's what I love about these defensive tackles, defensive ends. Before it used to be, you just want to get a big hit on the quarterback. Instead, they're trying to make those big game-changing, momentum-changing plays, always going after the football, always swiping for it.
You wonder why I ain't got my Eagles gear on? I'm going to bring that also in the video. And the team picked the shutout from the first quarter to the third quarter, but the fourth quarter, the Detroit Lions came back and scored with a touchdown, and they wound up being 44-6. Should have been 44-0, but you can't stop every team on every play. Like I always say, it's a given. So.
Scored his second career touchdown earlier. In his first game back here, he told us.
Boy, that's an ugly eagle I just got through seeing. Whoever made that Eagles mask did a horrible job trying to create a mask in a resemblance of a swoop. That was a horrible mask. Horrible costume I just saw of swoop. Very bad. Very bad. All right, the game is now over. Eagles won the football game 44-6. As you have heard on my tablet, like I said, I watched the game because the game wasn't televised, and so that is the situation right now. And so let me go ahead and get my rant out because I got a lot of things I got to talk about as far as this rant concerned. And so pause right there. Now, first of all, I got 15. I got a lot of things I got to say. Like I said, this is the Green Talent coming with the video. This is actually week 8 of the NFL season. The Eagles have won the football game 44-6. They picked a shutout in the first half. Then in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, the Detroit Lions ran the ball down the field for a touchdown score, but they missed the field goal kick. So I'm not happy about this game, and the reason why I'm not happy is because the Eagles could have been 5-3 instead of 3-5. Now, the 5 games that we lost against was the 49ers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kansas City Chiefs, the Dallas Cowboys, and the other team called Let me see. Hold on. 49ers, Tampa Bay, Dallas, the Raiders, and Kansas City. Them the 5 teams that we lost against. And of those 5 teams, all of them had bad secondary. They all had. The reason why we won in Detroit game was because the Detroit Lions front four was horrible. But the Detroit Lions they had a very good secondary, which is why Jalen Hurts didn't pass for that many yards, because I think if he had, he probably would have been picked off. But he did some running. He did more running in this game than he did in previous games leading to this one. But at least he was able to match the football game. He didn't throw any interceptions in this game. But what I hate about it is that we could have been 5-3. I mean, this game is nothing really to. This game is not really to hang my head over, because I'm pissed off because it could have been better than this. Gannon, really? You waited until the weakest team to blitz, to bring different kind of pressures with the linebacker, different kind of pressure with the secondary. You waited this very long to actually do this in this particular game, when you could have done this all game long. Like I said, we should have been 5-3 or 6-2 leading into the game with the Detroit Lions. We probably could have been 6-1 or it could have been 6-1. I'm sorry, 7-1 or 6-2. Could have been, but could, should have, would have, right? So, the Eagles got 6 sacks in this game, 6 sacks, no interceptions, I believe. Oh yes, it was. I'm not exactly who was the cornerback that got the pick, but Jared Goff threw 1 pick in this game, but no interception in this game. So he threw one. He threw for, I think, less than 200-yard passing. No touchdown, but 1 pick. So I'm not exactly sure who got the pick on the Eagles side of the ball, but all I know is this was probably the complete game, the most complete game that they played all season. But you did it against a bad team in the Detroit Lions. Now, let me take you back to week 1 against the Falcons. 2 rookie head coaches making their debut on Sunday morning football. 2 rookie head coaches. Yet that one rookie head coach pulled it all out, and that was Nick Sirianni, who still didn't display what he said he was going to do. He didn't do it in the Falcons game, and he didn't do it up until the Raiders game, but he did it in this game. He tried to do it in this game where he could have done it all game season. He was making bad calls. Quarterbacks didn't know what to do. Offensive line protection started breaking down. Team started seeing film of this, and for every team that did this, done it. They rushed up the middle, up the A and B gaps, getting in Hurts' face. Had a man running circles over the entire game, in the entire 5 of the 7 games, 5 or 8 games that were played this year. And I got tired of sick of seeing this. But all of a sudden now you want to run the football when we've been preaching about running the football all season long. You better did it in the Falcons game, and you went into the last 7 games to not run the football, but you run it in this game in particular. That's why I'm not happy and I'm not satisfied, because them 5 losses could have been winnable games, because those 5 teams we played had bad secondaries, and yet Nick Sirianni decided not to take advantage of the secondary unit in all them teams that we lost against. But instead, you want to pass all game long, and you force the offense in bad positions to get the defense back on the field when the defense have had no chance to rest in them 5 games. So when your defense don't rest and your offense don't give you no rest or breathe on the sideline, and you got to come up and play mop-up duty of what the offense should have done in the first place, it could have been better wins, better games, better outlook. But it was none of those. It was none of them. So This game here, like I said, this game it was horrible. It was a win, but it was a horrible win. It was not a satisfying win. It was not a digestive win. It was more like a horrible, pathetic, sorry of a win. So that's why I am not happy because you put up 44 points in this game, which is the most points that y'all put up in the last 2 years. You didn't put no 40. You didn't put no 30 points in last year's game because the fact is the piece was the head coach. So if you look at if you go back look at all last year's games and you go back to the game before 2019, you can see that we don't score 28 points, 30 points, 34 points or more. But 2020 was a bad year. The Eagles very seldom put up 28 points in none of them games last year. So that's why the record was the way it was last year. But now this year alone is different because you got an easier schedule down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? But I'm disappointed in this win, and I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. I'm quite sure every Eagle fan base gonna have different outlooks and different opinions about this win. They're gonna say that we finally ran the football. Hurts had some breather in the pocket where he can actually do some design runs or open design passes. But if you guys look very carefully in this game, there was no complete heat through the ball, but the yards were short. It was short passes. It wasn't no long balls. Because you know why it wasn't no long balls? Because Detroit has a good secondary. That's why. They got one of the better secondaries in the league. Again, the Eagles were able to get up front and beat up the Detroit line front four because their front four ain't good. So if you got a front four to complement your linebackers, your secondary is already good. That means you'll be able to get the ball back and win games. But like I said, Detroit's front four wasn't that good. Their linebackers was subpar, but their secondary was the best, and that's why. Hurts didn't have many yards passing in this game. He could have, but he didn't. So he ran the ball effectively, and we won the game 44 to 6. And most of the points that we scored were mostly off runs. The 44 points that we scored were actually the 34 points that were scored were off runs. But the other touchdown came off a fumble recovered by Slay, and he sprinted 35, 40 yards up the field for the score, and that would made it 44 to 6. But like I said, we picked the shutout, and these have not picked the shutout since 1949, according to what I just saw. 1949 against the New York Bulldogs. I'm not sure exactly who the Bulldogs were. I think the New York Bulldogs were the New York Giants, I believe. So that's something that I got to do some research on and see who the New York Bulldogs was. But I want to say it was the New York Giants or might have been the New York. You can remember the New York Yankees were a football club before they became a baseball club. The Giants, New York, the old New York Yankees took on the Giants later on in years before the 4th and 15 came about. So, but overall, this was a horrible win. I'm not satisfied. But the Eagles, like I said, the Eagles did get 7 sacks in this game, which the most sacks they had probably in the last 5 or 6 years, I believe. We always had at least 4 or 5 sacks in the game, but never 7. It's the first time in years the Eagles have had 7 more than 5 games from their sack alone. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why the Eagles were able to get them sacked is because they bought blitzes. They bought blitzes, and you hear me? Am I saying this right? They bought blitzes for the first time all year, and they could have bought blitzes early in the game that we lost. So I think the last time they bought blitzes was actually in that the Carolina Panthers game. But that Panthers game, the Panthers was a bad. Like I said, the 3 wins that we got were against bad teams. That's the Falcons, who are now showing their identity. Had we played the Falcons probably right now, at this very moment, we would probably lose the game against the Falcons. And that's the honest for God truth. Because the Falcons have found their rhythm offensively. We have yet to find our rhythm offensively. But today, I'm not exactly sure what I saw. I mean, are we a running team or are we a passing team? That's something that can have to be diagnosed later in between now and the season because we still don't have an identity. Either way you look at it. The second loss was against the Carolina Panthers. Second win. I'm sorry. The second win was against the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers had not recovered since the loss since we beat them, and they are pretty much in the same seat that we're sitting in right now. And this game against the Detroit Lions, three three wins on three bad teams. The question is, when are we going to beat a team with a winning record? That's what I want to see. When the Eagles finally beat a team with a winning record, I will be a little bit less angry, and my voice will probably be a little bit more quieter. Cause we still got the Chargers. I think our next game coming up is the Chargers. I believe. If it ain't the Chargers, it's another team. But I want to say the Chargers. I could be wrong, but I want to say it's the Chargers. I think it's the Chargers, and we got to go to LA to play the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? So if we beat the Chargers, cause they got a winning record. If we beat the Chargers, based on what I just saw today against the Detroit Lions, now, what I saw today, if we play the same way we played today against the Chargers, then I will be all smiles all day long. But until then, I am not smiling, I'm not satisfied, and I'm not happy with this win results because how we played today is how we should have played against the Chiefs, against the Raiders, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Cowboys, and the 49ers. And the results will probably have been 5-3. The three losses I would expect will probably be the Cowboys, Tampa Bay, and probably the 49ers. Them the three losses I would expect to lose. But Tampa the Cow get the Chiefs and Tampa Bay. Remember I'm saying I'm sorry, the Chiefs and the Raiders. We them probably could have been good wins right there because the Chiefs had a horrible secondary and a horrible front four. The Eagles didn't take advantage of. The Raiders had a bad secondary and didn't take advantage of it. So that's why we lost them 5 straight games right there. And that's why I'm so pissed off and I'm not happy with the results of what I saw in today's game. Even though it was a win, 44-6, we could have won more games. We could have been 5-3, like I said, or 6-2, pending on the outcome of the win-loss ratio and how we perform on the field. Yeah, I remind you, the Eagles are 0-3 at home. We have not won a home game yet. So that's where things have to change because, like I said, we're going back on the road to play the Chargers, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm accurate. I think this game against the Chargers. If we beat the Chargers, like I said in this video, I will be all smiles. I will have something to talk about. But I ain't got nothing to talk about a team that beat a losing team. That's not acceptable and to me, and it shouldn't be acceptable to any of y'all in Eagles land, YouTube land. So I can't wait to hear and see what Philly 500 got to say. I can't wait to see what my boy Joey Shake got to say. Philly Notion, LB, DE90, Bird Game 31, the Ball Eagle, Philly Girl, all of my YouTube sponsors out there. I can't wait to hear y'all response on this terrible game because to me this game was terrible. It wasn't. I'm not smiling. I wasn't smiling when I saw the results of this game, and I'm not smiling making this video because I am unsatisfied in what I saw in today's game. Because what they did today, they could have did against them 5 losses that we have currently on our record. It would have been better results. Like I said, it could have been 5-3 or 6-2. We should be at least tied with the Cowboys or ahead of the Cowboys by a game, but we're not. and that's one of the reasons why I'm so depressed and I'm so upset about this win today. I'm not happy, and I'm never gonna be happy until we beat a team with a winning record. And that's where my satisfactory comes in. And when you beat good teams, or when you make an effort to beat good teams, I'll be more satisfied and a bit more lenient on the Philadelphia Eagles. But when you got a rookie head coach who don't know how to call plays, and he called some pretty good plays on a bad team, but then it makes you wonder, are the plays that he called are still bad against a bad ass Detroit Lions team that currently stands at 8-0-8, and they may have the number one pick overall in next year's draft the way it's looking. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles gonna have a top 10 pick, but we're gonna have 3 picks from the way it's looking. But I really don't want to go into draft picks because we are like 2 months away. I'm sorry, we are what 7 months away from next year's NFL draft. So I'm not even gonna go into the draft right now. I think you got to concentrate on this horrible win here. And notice I said horrible win. I'm not saying this is a satisfactory win. I'm not saying this is a great win, and I'm not saying it's a good win. And in my rating scale from 1 to 10, this was a 3 or 2 below the Richter scale. And from a standpoint from grades A to B, this was a F. F for for wow. F for failure. There we go. This is a F. F for failure. And this is a F minus. F for failure. Because this was a failed attempt to win a game against a lowly Detroit Lions team. And I understand that we had to win. We had to win this football game to at least stay pace with the Cowboys. But at this rate, when you got 5 losses and the Cowboys only got 2, that right there is self-evident. We are a long ways from being who we should be. And this here, what I just saw in the Detroit Lions game here, that's what we should have been early in the season. But somehow we lost our way when we start running the football. That was certain that we go run the football against a horrible front four in the Detroit Lions. You see how I'm. Do you hear my tone of voice? I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied, and I'm not going to be until we get a win off a team with a winning record. And that's how I feel about it. I don't know how y'all in YouTube land feel. I don't know how y'all in social media feel. But this is how I feel. See this team? I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50 a few months ago. Birthday passed, long gone. But I've been an Eagles fan for 41 years. So you do your calculations as to how old I was when I became an Eagles fan. If you can't figure it out, then you're about as dumb as a box of rocks to even calculate that. So, like I said before, 41 years, one team, one club, one organization, one fan base. Can I jump ship? Yeah, I can. Jumping ship is more easier than staying afloat because if you stay afloat on a winning team versus staying on a team that you've been with for so long that has a very big hole at the bottom of the boat where it's sinking, which means you are more committed to stay with the team that has a hole in the boat that's sinking than getting with a team that's winning because it means you jump ship. And if you jump to, let me give you a prime example. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a game we probably could have won. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been Eagle fan for 41 years. 41. And right now, our boat is leaning towards the water because we got a big-ass hole with water going to be coming in it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers boat sits up high. Now, I could get a ladder and climb from that ladder, from that boat to the other boat to be safe. I'm not going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan if I do some bullshit like that. So I'd rather be the captain of the Philadelphia Eagles ship that's sinking, cause they always say a captain sinks with his ship. So I'm the captain, and I'm part of an organization that's my crew. my crew ain't gonna be like me. That they gonna stay committed and they gonna sink when I sink. We gonna die together. Other words, if I ride with the Eagles, I blade with the Eagles, I'm gonna die with the Eagles. And that's the way it has been for 41 years, and I'm sticking there. And like I said, the reason why I don't have an Eagles logo shirt on because I'm very disappointed in this whole entire season. And this win against the Detroit Lions is very unsatisfactory to me. I'm disappointed, I'm pissed, and I'm hurt still. You know what I'm saying? Because we just played a horrible Detroit Lions team. Like I said in the video, they had a horrible front four, but got one of the better secondaries in the NFL because that's why Hurts didn't have many yards passing this game. But he was able to have his way with the front four and the line back because also he did a lot of design runs up the middle and left and right of the field. Got first downs. He had more yards running than he had yards passing. So when you see that, that lets you know something. That lets you know the Detroit got a very good secondary. They got one of the better ones in the game. You know what I'm saying? When they let Slay go, they had another guy that's taking place. And this guy's like 3 years in the league now, who's in Darius Slay's spot. So without any further ado, I mean, do not take my video as negative. Take it as neutral, because until we win, there's no positives. But I'm staying neutral because we gotta either lose more games or we gotta win more games. But I'm staying with the Philadelphia Eagles. 41 years. I've been there. I'm staying there. Ain't going nowhere. So I did my rant in this video. I could rant some more, but I'm probably not going to because to all the Eagles fan base out there, enjoy your win, enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy, and I'm more sad than anything because we won this game outright, but it was against a bad Detroit Lions team. And like I said in the video earlier, Nick Sirianni, I don't know if he called a good play, I don't know if he called some good plays, or what a play bad that he called against a bad Detroit Lions team. But that's a question to be answered another day. So, like, share, comment, subscribe. This is your boy, The Green Talons, coming at you with a video, a horrible video against a horrible team. The Eagles horribly won this game 44-6. And this is your boy. Whew. Like I said, I'm not happy, y'all. And I won't be happy until we win or we actually beat a winning team. Whew. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not happy.